Hi, welcome to Driving TV, and I hope you are well. In this video, I'd like to talk to you about steering. What do you do when you get confused with the steering, and how do you steer to get the wheel straight? Many learners in the beginning, especially when they are doing parking or maneuvers, they get confused sometimes after they steer. So say they steered to do the parking or something. Now they don't know which way to steer and how much to steer to get the wheel straight. They get confused. They don't know steer that way or steer that way. They don't know from a position where maybe here. Now they don't know which way to steer to get the wheel straight. Do they steer here or there? Which way? They don't know. So this is what I would like to talk to you about in this video, is when you get confused with the steering, what do we do? How do we steer to get the wheel straight? Let's start the lesson. Okay, so like I said, many learners, they get confused with the steering. They do the steering maybe on a parking or on a maneuver, okay, and then they get confused where the wheel is and how much or which way they should steer to get the wheel back where it is, or to get the wheel back to get it straight. Many learners, they get confused. Now, for us to understand and for us not to get confused, it is important we understand how the wheel works and how much can you steer that way, how much can you steer that way. If you could understand that, only then you will understand how to correct if you get confused. Okay? It is very important for you to understand how the wheel works and how much it goes from one end to the other. If you could understand that, it will be easier for you to understand how to get the wheel back, to get the wheel straight if you are confused. Okay? So first of all, this is the steering, which is straight. It means this steering is straight, your wheels are straight. Okay? This is straight, your wheels are straight. So we know that. Next thing we need to know, how does it work? When we steer that way, how much can we go? When we steer that way, how much can we go? So if you steer the maximum towards right, how much can we steer? And if you steer maximum towards left, how much can we steer? So let's understand that first. So this is your car and it's in the middle and the wheel is straight. Imagine that's a clock. So if that's a clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So if you hold it at 12 o'clock, let's see how much can we steer fully to the right. So here and then there. That's one. Okay, so this is one circle. How much more can we steer to the right? Just under half. Okay, so what did we do? One full circle and then under half. Let's do it again. Okay, so that's the wheel. This is 12 o'clock. So all the way here and then it goes to 12. That's one circle. And then how much more? So just under half. For us to get the wheel back, there and then there. Make sense? Just one more time. This is 12 o'clock. That's one circle and then just under half. For us to take that back, there and then one circle. Do you get that? Let's look at the other way. Now, this is 12. That's one. And then how much more? Just under half. To get that straight, there, and then what do we do? There. Let's do that again. 12 o'clock to one circle to the left, and then how much more? This much. To get that straight, there, and then one circle. Make sense? So now we know from the middle position, for us to steer fully right, we need to steer one circle and then just under half. To get it back, half back, one circle. That's straight. Left is the same. One circle and then just under half. To get it back, half back, and then full circle. That's straight. So in most cars, what you will find is one circle and then around another half or just under half. Same with the other way, one circle and then around half or just under half. That will be from the middle position to this end to that end. If you could understand that, now let's talk about the confusion. So just say you've done this steering, maybe you've done parking or something, and that's how much, that's where you are now. Now you are confused. Now you don't know which way to take the wheel back which way to steer to get the wheel back in the middle. You are confused now. So what do you do? What can you do to make sure that you know which way to steer to get the wheel straight? Best thing to do is, if you're confused and you don't know where the wheel is, take it to one end. Right or left, it doesn't matter. Take it to one end. So I'm confused now. I'm going to take it towards right all the way. That's right, all the way right. I was confused, so what I did, I took it all the way to the right. Now, what do I need to do to get the wheel straight? There, and then one circle. Remember? So say again here, I'm confused now. What do I do? This time I'm going to take it towards left all the way to the left. Okay, so now I'm all the way to the left. So what do I need to do? Take there, and then what do I do? One more circle. It's always 1.5 back from one end. Remember, from one end to the middle is around half, and then one more circle. That will take your wheel back where it was. Okay, so I hope you understand, if you get confused, how to steer to get the wheel straight. First of all, always remember how much you are steering. Okay, be conscious about the steering when you are driving, so that way you know where the wheel is. So say this is the car straight, so when you're driving, be conscious about steering. Make sure you know where the wheel is now. So if you steer that way, make sure you remember you steer that way to get the wheel straight. If you steer that way, make sure you remember you steer that way. You need to steer that way to get the wheel straight. So number one is to remember, be conscious about the steering so you know which way to steer. What I'm talking about in this video is, if you get confused, how do you steer? You shouldn't get confused if you're conscious, if you know where the wheel is. If you are thinking about how much you steered, which way you steered, it shouldn't be a problem. But the problem is because you're not thinking when you're steering. You have many other things to do, and you just forget which way you're steering. So number one, for you not to get confused, make sure you know which way you're steering, so you know which way to steer back to get the wheel straight. But like I said, this video is to give you that backup. If you do get confused, then you know what to do to get the wheel straight. Okay, so if you need extra help on learning to drive and to pass the driving test, don't forget to take the advantage of our online course, which gives everything a learner needs. The course has more than 30 videos on the course. It has everything a learner needs for them to learn and for them to pass. It has everything a learner needs. I will leave a link on the description for you to have a look. Have a look and read, and if you like it, you could always join the course. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give a thumbs up, and please do make a comment what you think of the video. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any of my future videos. Hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.